All right, so here today we got some fun stuff to go over to talk about because it's not, is it fun stuff though? Let's be honest here. I wanted to show this to you of what basically GC's been doing last month and how they actually did. Remember, last year this was like a record-breaking month, which was Purgatory Meliodas, which actually sold absolute numbers for this game. And this year, I don't know what happened, but it did fall short by a bit, right? This is January's revenue. Keep that in mind, January. So again, when it launched for JP, right? It's much earlier. They got their Meliodas update like the last week of December. Yeah, that's how it went there. But ours launched exactly. So it's pure global revenue, being pretty much on par back then. But the JP revenue this month was very bad, and I don't know why. There were 3 banners. There was Meliodas still going on for 5 weeks of the month, and there was a lot of stuff going on, but it didn't sell the best. Let me show it to you, right? Let's hop into it. New to the channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. And I do want to just talk about where the game is at right now, being, you know, a little iffy. You know what I mean? So first things first, let's start off with the global revenue. This is the Android version of the game. So again, keep in mind, Android. This is going to be 7 Deadly Sins, the global version, popping off with 3 million, which is pretty good, which is pretty damn good for this month, all right? Back then, it was like, I think 6 million and 4 million. JP was like 6 million, that was like 4 million, or it was like 5.5. It's one of the two, right? But this month again, they did pretty good. For Meliodas, this is pure Meliodas, along with not just Meliodas, right? Remember, how it went was I went through all of the patch notes for the month. So first, on the 1st of the month, on the 1st of January, you got Meliodas. That was the entire thing. They also got the costume sale. They also got the gem shop. All those things were activated at one point. Remember, that's a lot. That's a lot that they activated. And they reran all the costumes too. So all of that happened. On top of that, they released King, which, whatever it is, King was an actually good unit. Like, Wales actually wanted to invest into him because he is not that bad. He's actually very good for what he is. But, you know, that's there. So Wales wanted to go for that. Shin, whatever it is, you need to kind of do a rotation. He's not a terrible character for Chaos, PvP, and other contents. He is kind of cool to have, right? So whatever it is, you had 2 kind of functional, very solid characters and like a broken, insane character. Yeah? And they did get 3 million, correct? Kind of expected a little bit more out of it because, you know, it was God Meliodas, like the pinnacle Meliodas. But they didn't beat what they beat last year, which was like the world record for the game, right? Or the record of a Meliodas update, right? 10 to 11 million dollars is what they did altogether between all the versions. But again, we're only counting one version here. Let's keep going. So again, 3 million. This is the Tower of God version. So the Tower of God itself did 1 million, which is pretty good. Over here with the JP version, 500K. So 500K on Android, which is not the best. And then when it comes to the KR version, we'll round this up to 1 million here. So we'll say 1 million plus that, we're at 4 million, correct? Not a bad number, not a bad number. Let's keep going. Over here, so we have this is now the iOS, correct, iOS version. This is going to be the JP version on iOS, did 2 million, okay? So we rounded up back there to 4 million. Now we're at 6 million. Over here with the other 7 Deadly Sins, this is again the iOS version being the global version. We're now at 2 million, correct? So we add everything up there. What are we at? 8 million, not that bad. Over here, we're going to add in, we're not adding this in because this is New World again. This is not the other one. This is not Grand Cross. It's Tower of God New World. Last month, they did 1.8 million, which is not that bad. That game it has an issue like this game. They just release such mediocre characters where it's like, are you testing them? Like, before you release them, are you testing the characters? Because they release absolute garbage sometimes. And it's like, oh, we're hyping up a big storyline character that everyone's been waiting for, but the joke's on you, he's mid. Like, what the fudge, bro? Like, why? I can't believe it's the same issue we have with this game. And then KR did only 100K. Oh my god. Damn. Damn, what happened to KR? Back in the day, KR used to do at least 1 million altogether, or at least 400. God, dude, they only 400K only. Damn, maybe they weren't highest for them. Wow, okay. So yeah, that's where that currently stands. So they did altogether 8.1 million, we'll say, around there. We can round it up a little bit more to like 8.5 if I missed any values here, but it's around 8.1 versus last year, which was 10 to 11. So definitely a little bit of a fall, right? But again, this year we had 3 banners launch and much more events. You had King, who was, again, very good. Last year was Jelly King, which you could say whatever. No, that was the wrong thing. It was Mono, which no one summoned for. So there was that, and then there was nothing else, correct? Because it went straight into the next update. So there's that. And again, whatever we see in the JP update, so whatever you're seeing in JP revenue, correct? So if we were to go back to it, JP revenue over here being 500K and JP revenue over here being 2 million. The update for the game launched early. Remember that. So this is counting 1 day of the Tower of God revenue. So yeah, it's not the best. But next month, when we see February's revenue, we'll see how Tower of God performed. I am very curious on how this collab did, because it wasn't a popular IP, not at all, by the community consensus, right? It also kind of wasn't good because it's a hard and whatnot. Yuri, I still think is a pretty good treasure there, but VL 2, right? But you know, I'm curious what happens here, and you can clearly see game didn't do as good as last year. And this is God Meliodas. You had to see Purgatory Meliodas was much less of a hyped character, but yeah, didn't do as hot. 8.1 is around where it's at, I'm guessing. And if you were to compare it again, back then, you had Escanor. Escanor was around 10 to 11 also. It was like back then we had like the charts. The chart showed us it was like 10 million. We were shocked, bro. Like 8 million back then was a, what was it? It was a Naofumi update. Remember that? I can show you the thing. I have it. Let me find it. All right, so I was able to find it. So this shows basically where it was at. As you can clearly see, Escanor was 9.8 million. 9.8 million, which is insanity, bro. And over here, again, 4 and 6. So it was 10. Basically, this was 10 million about, right? You can round it up to 10. This was, again, 10 over here. It was a good month. It was a good month for the game back then. That's kind of how it was. Because, again, Escanor's banner released around the end of November into December. So, again, that's the December month. Then, again, the first, just like this year, it's Meliodas' month. So, it's 10 million. The month after, which was, again, back then, was garbage, basically. Most players didn't care. Right, well, it was Freya. It still cared, but not like a festival care. But this month was a collaboration. So I'm curious on how it did compared to that. But remember, like, this was Naofumi. This was Naofumi and part of Escanor. So it was still 7.8 million. Which, again, people hated on that collaboration. Yet that collaboration was technically on par with this Meliodas here. Mainly, I'm curious on what happened with the revenue, because I've never seen JP not get like a million. On Android, they didn't do it too hot. I wonder why. But I wonder what happened to KR. What happened to the game in Korea? Because that is bad revenue. I'm actually astonished, low-key, because they used to be able to do like 400, 500, and then make it almost to a million. Here they did barely like 500. This is crazy. I wonder what happened there. But again, like on the regular months, they still popped up with 5.4. The game is still doing good, right? Whatever I'm saying in this video, the game is still doing good. What I'm trying to get to as a point here is, I wonder what they're going to do with this game moving forward. Because if you were to look at it, yeah, how they've structured everything now is one new named character a month. Think about that. Am I wrong? No. Yes, when a collaboration comes out, that's different. But it's about one new named character a month. Shin wasn't a new named character, correct? He wasn't. He's the same Shin. This, not a new named character, so it's the same king. I wonder, when they go into Forkoa and when they start this whole brand new story, what are they going to do? I replied to one of the homies in the comments before in my previous video saying, like, what is their plan? Like, think about it. If there's like if you watch Forkoa, the first 12 episodes, in those 12 episodes, you can easily in this game launch about 25, 30 characters. And I'm not even exaggerating. 25 to 30 characters you can launch from those just 12 episodes that are currently out on Netflix. You must have watched them. I know you did. Don't lie to me. They're out. Go watch them if you didn't already. But in those episodes alone, there's that many characters. If you think about this logically, that's 12 characters they do a year, right? That are new named. Now they have to fit in OC, Ragnarok, and collaboration. We cut that down to 6 or 7 new named characters for the Sin story, correct? How the fudge are you launching Forkoa properly when you're not launching half the characters, correct? So again, that's why I'm curious on maybe like they stop the whole new name thing to work on Forkoa, and that's their plan. Because I'm telling you, I don't see this game making it into Forkoa and properly handling it. I think that they're just delaying it just to end it. I don't even know, because they have to, like, every 2 weeks we have to get a new named character. That's literally how it's gonna have to go. And sometimes I'll be okay to let seasonal slide because, dude, there has to be double unit banners again. I'm so lost. If you're pushing the storyline with each chapter being a pretty long chapter, it's like you're gonna finish the entire storyline by the time you release half the characters, correct? Like, are you not seeing what I'm trying to say here? So, I don't know, it's a topic that I'll save for another video, but I'm curious what they do here. Revenue this month, not the best at all in comparison to like the big months back then. But for a regular festival month, still did pretty good. 8.1 is a great thing. The game still makes so much money, so I wonder why the effort has been lessened over the time of the game. You can agree. The effort here is much less than it used to be, but the game makes good revenue. I'm so lost on why they like drop it. Just because Origin exists, I'm so lost. It's like, dude, 8 million for 1 or 2 characters a month? It's insanity. I'm shocked, but hey, Hopefully 4-Co was what they're waiting for. I'm still coping on that. Who knows though?